Okay, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just going to hook us. I already did that. I'm going to put on a special intro, and I'll just let it speak for itself. And then we're going to bring Haruko, BlueStar Child, on. And it's always very good when she comes. Far out, right? Test, test. I don't know what's going on with the sound here. Test, test. Huh, weird. That's our guest. Test, test. Sorry about that. All right. Enough of the technical difficulties. Let's get her up here. Sure, a lot of you know her. Let me know if the sound's okay. Somebody asked a question on the Facebook page. God, this is weird. Strange going on. Anyway, somebody asked a question on the Facebook page, and they said, "What's the topic?" And thank you for the question. And you're probably new to Soul Speaks 5D. We don't really have topics. We just, approach it spontaneously, a conscious conversation, discussing real-time intel, our own experiences, sharing our skills and abilities, stories, and that type of thing, just so you know. There you are. You're muted. Yeah. You see it? Should be the bottom left. There's a microphone icon.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Okay, do you hear me now?
I hear you
Okay,
now.
great. Okay, great. Thank you.
I couldn't hear myself, and now I realize I had my earphones in backwards. Yeah,
Backward kind of day.
yeah. Hey, it's good to see you. What's
Okay.
happening?
Good to see you. Thank you for the invitation. It was very
Yeah.
unexpected. It's so
Oh, it
delightful
was?
to connect
Oh,
with you.
yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love collaborating with you. I don't know if you saw this the other day. It was probably 10 days ago. Somebody sent me a really interesting post. It was a post. It was actually more like a journal entry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a man who went to Shasta to specifically and went up the mountain to specifically seek an encounter, a contact encounter with
Mm-hmm.
Talos, with
Okay.
with our inner earth brothers and sisters. And it was very interesting. It was very extraordinary. And he talked about, you didn't see this?
No.
Okay. So and I can't recall all of it, but so he went up onto the mountain and he was standing there and something changed, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like he was like looking at a spot and he turned away and he looked back and there was like a little cave appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I think I got it
Yeah.
right. So when he walked in, he saw stuff drawn on the wall
Mm-hmm.
and he said just like Haruko has in her place. Same type of thing. Same type of drawings that you have.
Mm-hmm. Actually, yes. He doesn't give me the real name so far. He called himself Starbuck, but he came into my gallery so excited.
Hmm.
He came twice, and the first time he was just absorbing all the drawing, and he was all and didn't really talk to me and left. And second time was probably like last week or so. He came in with such excitement and say, "Guess what? I saw exact drawing that was in the other room in your gallery in
Yeah.
Talos," because he was invited to go inside, and so I'm like, wow, that's cool.
So they know who you are.
And yeah, so he told me which one it was exactly. This is the exact one I saw. I'm like, oh, that's cool, really, because I love to hear the confirmation.
Hmm.
Sometimes, like there's
Are
a
you gonna
special
go? Are you gonna go look for it?
if they invite me in an alignment. But I
Hmm.
think, there's always a timing, and
Yeah.
there's always people who are collaborating to
Yeah.
bring forth the truth. So he was the messenger, and so
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Isn't that cool though? I mean, it's like it makes my wheels start turning out, and I'm thinking, okay, I wonder if that's her other aspect.
Right.
Like if I wonder if that's one of her aspects that's there doing the same thing, or maybe when she goes into dream state, maybe she's doing it, from this presence that I'm looking at when it's,
Mm-hmm.
when it's leaving the body, what we call dream state. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it
Yeah.
was fascinating, and the fact that he cited you, and mentioned you, and of course the validation with the I don't even know what you call those things. I've never seen anything like them. But is that the rabbit kingdom, the rabbit universe behind you?
No, actually, this one that I
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
this one is called it's called Mount Fuji and Mount Shasta. It's a Lemurian land, like
Ah,
Lemurian wonderland. And I sat in front of this one today because the Lemurian energy is really coming up even more. And then this one is masculine and feminine and in a playful way.
yeah.
And I've been hearing, be playful in this, transformational time, because we
Yeah,
tend to be so serious. It's the pain, the anger, all the things,
yeah.
uh, and the guide said, just be playful, sing, dance, and just transform.
I like that.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so
I'm
I
gonna
was.
take a screenshot of that one and show it to Morgan and say, "Let's be playful. The masculine and feminine. Let's be playful." Yeah. Chris, I don't have to have any inspiration to do that. I do that. I try pursue that all the time.
Oh, you're a playful person. I can feel that.
I am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
So
anyway, that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you sat in front of that today because that's what you're feeling like. Okay, so just keep going with that. Like, is it the
okay.
Lemurian? Is it the Lemurian part of it, or is it an earthy part
I mean,
of it?
everything is opening up even more, but especially the Telos. Telos is a big city of that represent the Lemurian energy, and Mount Shasta has been kind of dormant with a new age, but they were old. They got caught in the old concepts, like the Bible, everything. Once you get caught in the concept of it, and then the authority take over and then become controlling. It's kind of like that in the slightest way that the people called New Age people. Mm-hmm. They opened up the realm to the other world, but they kind of got stuck in that textbook or the story, and things are changing so much.
Yeah, there's nothing you can hang on to now.
Right, exactly. So even that Telos energy was kind of stuck, because once we imagine and believe in certain thing, many of us do that, then kind of creates this like stuck grid. And I think that one is kind of breaking now, because there are so many new people coming in, and nothing old is really be able to stay anymore. So the people who are really coming here with a genuine curiosity, not with the intellect or anything, just a genuine childlike curiosity, open up the new doorway to the other dimension again. So that's why I feel like the Lemurian energy is submerging again.
Okay.
So that's what I feel.
And that's what happened with this guy that found that cave, right? I mean, he went up to the mountain seeking from his curiosity, and he had an encounter, and I'm gonna have to go back and find it, because it was incredible, really. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you read it, but of course he told you about it.
He saw the singing crystals, and I'm sure there's so much more.
Man,
and,
I mean, can you imagine where this is going to go? I mean, here we are, and I'm not trying to like paint a bad picture. I'm not. I'm trying to make a point. But here we are, worried and stressed and fearful, or at least parts of us. I'm not. I can't even say I feel that way, but I'm just saying in general, the collective. Yet there's all these surprises, or all these reconnections, like if it's Talos or Lemuria, Atlantis, I mean inner earth beings, Agarthians, I mean the elementals, I mean all this stuff is there waiting for us, and the only thing standing in the way is and we're doing a great job, is us getting rid of all these false belief systems, the judgment of ourselves and each other, all these things, that are, and it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can you imagine next time I come up there, you and I go up to the mountain and have lunch with the fairies and the elves?
And the doorway opens up, and we're going to go to the prairie, the beautiful prairie of Lemuria.
Wow, that'd be trippy, man. I read an account of some people a couple of years ago that went up to Shasta. I think there was a group of 6 or 7 people, and they were doing the same thing he did, and a portal actually opened in front of all of them, that they all saw it, and I believe a couple of them went through it, and because they didn't know if they would be coming back. So this is it, man. This is like where what we call the physical meets the real, like we're coming back to the real world, which is cool, because we're in a physical body, which is not really a physical body, but I mean, we're in this dense body and dense realm that's actually transforming.
And the message I hear is that the mountain really want us to be just childlikely, childlike curiosity, and just go there without any expectation.
Yeah.
And yeah, that opens the doorway. And I really see that how it happens, especially when I'm sitting in my gallery and I can see other people's energy field open or not. And most of the people who are really open and be able to absorb everything from the source energy are the one in the wonder,
Yeah.
And that's when we really receive a lot of things. So yeah, we really need to forget about even the spiritual concept, like we have to do this,
Exactly.
align this,
Exactly. Yeah. And that
Mhm.
was a really good example you brought up about the new age. Cause I remember in the 90s, I remember in the 80s, you saw a little bit of it. And in the 90s, it kind of became almost like another religion, where it
Yeah.
had it had a certain pretense to it. And now, as we're flushing out everything, I've noticed, like, especially since like the 1st of June, like this summer, man, there's been quite a bit, and it's all a good sign, but there's been a lot of projection, a lot of polarity. I've seen things where people are channeling, and the channel that they're receiving says that, these people over there are not good people. And,
Right.
and that's like, I'm going, well, wait a minute, I don't know, but and I'm not knocking anybody because it's a good sign, because the things have to come up and be felt and be felt or be stated for us to release them, transform them.
Right. Yeah, we have to love everything in order to transform everything. So, but so things comes up, and I really appreciate your viewpoint too. Just things has to come up, so it's okay that people say something, but also many of the people who are awakening, they're new to the channeling or other realm of the world. And I just wish that we can convey more in a clear way than the channeling comes from the not aligned area, not aligned from the heart.
Yeah.
And I have been living in a so-called spiritual community for about 20 years, Sedona and here. And when I moved here, I was so naive that, all the channelers are superior, than me, all the people who can see the things are much better and evolved than I am. And realized that, going out with a boyfriend and the best friends who are psychic and all. And I realized that you have to be in the heart center in order to have the real radio channel, aligned to the source. And so I think we need to kind of remind ourselves where it is really coming from. And if you resolved your trauma, the pain, all that emotional state, if you really dealt with it, you really sat with it, and if you're not, then you intend to escape into the higher realm. And let's just go to Telos, and no, it's not gonna be that way.
Man,
It has to come from inside out.
that's right. There was this lady that made a comment on one of the YouTube, because we're live on YouTube when we do this, as well as Facebook. And she wrote this big long thing. I never heard of her before. I'd never seen her. And it was like, she just summed everything up. Like, she just said, she even sent me pictures. Her body, her skin is all metal, shiny crystal, and some other things she showed me. She sent me another note too. I haven't been able to read it or respond yet. But anyway, she was just talking about, I forgot what I was talking about. There goes my 3D memory. There goes my 3D memory.
Oh, she summed up.
Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. So she wrote this big long thing, and she was talking about, it was beautiful. She was just talking about what's going on. She said, hey, you know what? We've hit a certain point now that we can kind of let go. Like, it's happening. Like, it's already happened in the energetic field. And then she went on to say, now I'm somebody who used to do this and used to do that, and I don't do any of it anymore. And because we're all connected now. like we're all doing it ourselves. And so as she got to the end, she said, "Yeah, so I've got glitter. You know, if I stand under light, I can see through my body. You know, translucent." And then she said, "But all of this being said, the more that happens to me, I've never been more human." Like that's, I think, what you're saying. Like that's the key. The heart is the anchor. Like if you want to ground into your human heart, because that's like the portal for everything else, right?
Right. And then our heart is expanding, and it's more like a different rooms are opening up, to
Yeah.
understand in a different level. So that is really fascinating as well these days.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like a huge heart expansion Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ever since after the 8th. And I know the portal's still open through today, but from what people say, because I'm not an expert, but yeah, it's just been like, wow, what the heck is going on here? I mean, it's like something's come, because you're like, things come and they go, come and they go. That's been our trip. But now I feel like something's come and it's not leaving. It's like there, you know.
Because that's our truth that is really anchoring and really open more permanently, because that's the essence, the true essence. So I mean, in that permanence, of course it shifts, but I think the truth being anchored is really the truth never changed. The essence of the creator,
Yeah.
the source doesn't change, and I think that's what we're getting. So
Yeah. Yeah, I pulled in I don't usually talk too much about the stuff I pull in, but I pulled in something about 10 days ago and it was so huge. And I forget how they led me to it, but the gist, so they were showing me the polarities of the realm and how extreme they are. And they said basically, while you guys are in the final stretch, the final leg of it, you guys have actually thrown more overlays on top of that, more extreme polarities, so you can maximize the potential of the expansion, individually and for the universe. And that the other thing that really struck me, they said, you actually have come to create a higher truth that can only be done through the type of incarnations that we set up here on the earth and the way the realm has been set up. And it really resonated. I thought, wow, that's true, because the truth is not a noun. The truth is always changing, right? It's always increasing. The truth never stays still. The universe doesn't stay still. We don't stay still. And we know what happens when we do,
Yeah. Yeah, that is
So
true.
yeah, you've been I know you lived in Sedona and your home country, Sedona and Shasta. I'm going to Sedona, by the way. My wife and I and a friend of ours, we're going the 20. Well, there's a conference that's going to be there by my friend. I don't know if you know Tolik. Do you know Tolik? The Andromedan, from the Andromedan.
Okay.
Anyway, he's been there for years. He does conferences, so I'm going to go speak at it. And
wonderful.
yeah, and so it's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And I don't have the details yet, but I'm going to start promoting it. But anyway, yeah. But getting back to what I was saying, you've been in all these places. Like, I mean, I don't know. You have more experience to pull from, I guess is what I'm saying, than most people I talk to. Like, has something changed this summer? Like, do you feel like that there's been a big change since June?
Well, I mean, the earth has changed. Everything has changed. So I feel that there are less disturbance in the area.
Yeah.
Although the polarity is getting more extreme and extreme, but I don't know from June, but this maybe this month especially, I feel a huge shift. And there are like a negative ETs territory in every power spot, like Shasta as well. And when I used to expand my energy, for example, and I feel that the Palladian ship above me or something like that. And all of a sudden the black helicopter comes in, swirl around. And so there's this always big disturbance. And then last month was another place. I was really expanding myself and connecting with the female of Lemurian people, female group. And I was just, you know, and then all of a sudden the army ship, those, you know, loud one, they went around me for like 2-3 times, like, wow. And
Wow.
and at that time I was holding the energy and I was just observing what was going on.
Were you out on the mountain?
Yeah. Wow. So that happens, but you know, everything is a mirror. So I own it. Okay, this is my creation. You know, I'm disturbing myself in a way because we are all sort of one. I'll tell you another experience I had. But so on the third time I was in the mountain and I was just so completely aligned and I could feel myself, you know, expanding. And all of a sudden another army plane, the loud one, the fast one, go. And that time I said, am I that? How am I that also? And then I could merge with that. And then I could merge with a deeper, ever deeper fear and sorrow of like disconnect from the source. And I could reach to that part of me by feeling that you know, weird vibration they're emitting and the sound. And I just burst into tears. And then ever since then, they stopped appearing. So I feel, they haven't really shown up in that loud way.
Yeah.
There's some disturbance, but you know, it's really like once our consciousness expands, then own what we are, you know, we are seeing as a reflection and we solve from within, then, you know, the land itself transform. And I think many of us are doing that, you know, from this, you know, the virus thing or whatever, because we are allowed to go deeper. So because of that, I feel like, you know, it's changing, you know, we are part of the earth. And so the power spot especially is very prominent, like very visible. It's easier to feel the shift. So maybe that's why you're saying that, you know, the Sedona
well,
has
it definitely
shifted.
feels, there definitely feels like there's less the way you put it, but I mean like less working against us, I guess. And I know it's all us, but I like what you said about that example. And by the way, you're not the first person that's told me that recently. I've had 2 other people tell me that they were doing energy work, connecting, you know, with the galactics or with the ship. And then all of a sudden here comes, you know, a couple of Black Hawk helicopters or something. But I think what you're saying is true too, because what's happening is as more stuff comes to the surface, right? Like your experience there was like a little microcosm of what I'm talking about. Like, so even though you had that connection, everything, something in you presented the helicopter, and then, you know, and then you progress from there. But I guess what I'm saying, the more that comes to the surface, the more likely, and it's not even a probability, it's going to be a reality, but the more likely more people are going to open up more and own more of the universal, of everything external, you know, whether it's light or they see it or once saw it as dark, you know. I mean, it's happening.
It is happening, and owning that, and just own whatever is reacting or feeling inside, you know, from the reflection we can transform it. And more we do that, because only the transformation we can create is from inside out.
That's right.
You know, the politician or anybody there, they can't. That's right. because they are in a different grid. And so we are the pioneer. And
that's right. And you know, we were talking about this last night in regard to like this thing with Epstein and that lady Maxwell and the whole trafficking thing and the politics of it and all that stuff, right? And I was like, you know what? These people are just like we are. They have the same doubts. They have the same, I mean, they're probably in fear right now because everything's falling apart. These are things that we've felt before. And it's kind of like shifting. It doesn't mean one's going to be right and one's wrong. It just means that, everything's kind of shifting until it starts to balance. But everybody truly is made of the same substance, everything. And there's an innate knowing or home or heart or soul or whatever you want to call it that we're all have a GPS for, and we're all heading back that way,
Right. Yes.
It's exciting.
Definitely.
It really
It is. Yes.
So have you been doing any particular, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows what she does. We'll take a little tour before we get out of here of your website again, okay? To show people some of your stuff. And but so we met when I went to Shasta last year, and I walked in. She's like, "Oh, I watch you all the time," and I'm like, "What?" I didn't even know people. I didn't know that people did that. To be honest with you, I was just like, "What?" And so you have these incredible expressions that you put up. They're all over your shop, and they're incredible, and they're very unique. But they come from, I think, at least some of them come from places that you visit in Dimension, right? Like the Rabbit Universe. You went to the Rabbit Universe. It was all fluffy. You told me, and But have you had anything? Have you had any, big trips lately in the last couple of months, or anything that stands out, or anything?
No, no. Actually, these days, my biggest trip is to be with the Mother Earth. So I haven't really drawn much, except that I do commission work to capture the essence of the soul of the people. That's the soul essence portrait. I've been getting the order one after another, and that's my favorite things to do. So that, in that creative aspect, I've been doing that. But for the journey, the big journey has been Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And so I open my gallery from 12 to 5, usually about every day.
Man, those are tough hours to work.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way it's supposed to be, though, isn't it?
Well, I'm allowing myself to flow with it, and
Absolutely.
I'm not really restricting the hours. But in the morning, I wake up, and this day early in the morning, and then water the garden, do the housework, cleaning. And then I go to either mountain or the lake, and I just, I have to just merge myself into Mother Earth before I go to the shop. And every day is a different energy. So the best thing for me is to be around the water, because water is a harmonizer and very feminine. And so my controlling nature can be really, tempered.
Oh, I see. So your masculine controlling nature gets tempered by the feminine.
Yeah, and being in the water relax the body, so I can observe the body, the energy, as well as I can harmonize the new energy that I receive, every day. And then I just align myself, and then I go bring that energy to the gallery and spend there for 5 hours or so, and then go home. So
that gallery is a portal in itself.
It is. Yeah, it's a cosmic playground, and I've been noticing more and more that energy is really getting clear and vibrating high. And so people who comes in and who doesn't come in become more apparent. And it's interesting. It's like sitting in a cafe in the city and do the window watching. It's kind of like that, because I have a big window, and sometimes there's no one comes in a day, and then like, oh, this is no, I'm lonely here. But I do creative work, so I'm with other realm, and other beings cheer me up, like, hey, you're the lighthouse in a way. Sometimes you just stand alone.
Yeah.
And then 15 minutes before I was gonna close, this like couple comes in with this fresh, curiosity, and they go, wow, and they start crying, and I realized, okay, it's not about how many people are gonna come in. It's really about quality.
That's
and
right.
just stand on my truth every day,
Wow.
no matter what happens, and just stay in that vibration all day. That's been my journey. So
Yes.
so I haven't really gone to different dimension and all that.
Yeah. Well, you
That's
don't
other
have to.
people's job.
You don't have, and that's true though. I think that's another thing that's happening is, like, I remember telling Morgan like 3 or 4 months ago, because we connect every night, and we've had all kinds of things happen.
Mhm.
We've had Star Family come in
Mhm.
and translucent appear,
Mhm.
humanoids and just dragons, everything, but so we had this big expansion like we just had, with the Lionsgate, and I was like,
Mhm.
man, when we get, like, when we connect in the next few days, we're gonna see all kinds of stuff in the room, right? And she's like, no, 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 we're not. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, it's us now. It's us.
Mhm.
So I think, like, the dimensional travel, all that stuff is still going to be there, but it's like we're bringing it here. We've embodied it
Mhm.
here. We're actually going to,
Mhm.
I think your little room in the back,
Mhm.
that one room in the back,
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
that's going to be like a teleporting strip, you know? I mean, it's like crazy. It's like, there's so much energy in there, and it's
Yes.
so, like, because if y'all can imagine, there's all these types of these drawings, and they're all different, and they're all around you, and they all have
Mhm.
different energy. You can just stare at like parts of one, not even the whole thing. You just stare at a part of it, and you just get all this stuff come in. I mean,
Mhm.
we did a couple of shows. We did a show with you in a couple times, and I remember the people are like getting activated.
Mhm.
That time I was walking around, they were
Mhm.
writing, "Hey, I'm getting activated just looking at it," but it's
Mhm.
powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I can walk around. I can show you maybe a couple. I don't know how time wise.
I'm okay. We got about 20
Maybe.
minutes. We got
Oh,
it.
okay.
And if we
Yeah.
have, yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. Whatever you
Oh,
want to do. If you want to play
all
the
right.
flute, we'd love for you to play the
Sure.
flute.
I can do
Yeah,
that
we would
too.
love to hear you play the flute. And if you want to walk around a little bit, that's cool too.
Sure.
How's your partner doing?
Oh, partner, he's a happy human being.
Yes, he is. He's very
He's
cool.
open heart. Mm-hmm. He's
Yeah.
very grounded, and he is a big support of grounding myself.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you look
mm-hmm.
good. You look really good. I don't know. Did you discover one of those bodies of water or streams up there on the mountain? Does it have like a?
That's what I've been doing. I feel like I'm healing myself with the water and the Mother Earth, because I spend really deeply with the Mother, and the water is very, very powerful. Like imagining the water from the clouds come through and drop onto the trees and traveling through all the ground and
Yeah.
touch the flower and go through the ground and feel all that traveling water into in the physical body. It just, you can receive so much. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, and in the mountain, I camped many times. And actually, last night I camped there and woke up in the morning, and I felt the strongest connection from the central sun, really clear, much more clear connection to Mount Shasta. And I'm sure not only just the Mount Shasta, the whole earth, but I only can speak from my
So
experience
you
this
camp you camp
morning.
up there you camp up there by yourself?
Mm-hmm, yes. Mm-hmm.
Like in a tent or what?
Yeah, intent.
Wow. I,
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
that's my favorite
I
thing.
want to do that just for one night, though.
Oh,
And as long
oh.
as there's a porta potty close by.
There is always.
My
Oh,
friends are like out in they've been up at Shasta. They've been all
mm-hmm,
over. They're in Idaho now. They were in Northern
mm-hmm.
California, and
Wonderful.
they're camping. I don't know if you met them, Vera and Augusti. They're from Europe. They were in Shasta for quite a while. But
Okay.
anyway, I always kid them about that. I'm like, "Where's the bathroom?" They're like, "We got to make our own." You know. But
Right. Well, there's an open sky bathroom, right?
that's right. It's the biggest bathroom in the universe.
Right. Oh, let me turn on the light here. Maybe that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's the I call that the jump room. That's the jump room. You want to go into another dimension? Go into that room. So Morgan and I were walking by it last year. We went to Shasta to go to a retreat, and we were walking by, and you had a sign up that said, "What does it say? Galactic Galactic activation." And we're walking by, and Morgan's like, "Look, galactic activation." I said, "Let's go in." And the rest is history. I made a good friend that day.
Yes, I'm blessed, and I'm such a great connection, and I can feel your playful, genuine child whenever I speak with you. So, okay, so I will. How do I do this? I need to. Uh-oh. Did I do something?
No, you went off for a minute. You're on your phone, right?
Yes.
There should be.
Oh yeah. That's
yeah.
okay. I got it.
Little turnaround thing. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So today, I guess I can show you the Stargate of Golden Age.
Wow.
Since we went through kind of a portal during this Lionsgate time. So this one I finished in 2010. And I was told that this is the Stargate of Golden Age.
That thing's what, about 6 feet tall? How tall is that thing?
8 feet, I think.
Oh my gosh.
And this is my favorite part because we are there. Went through the gateway, and so there's this gate, Stargate, the circle-looking thing, and there's the galactic beings holding the Stargate, each of them.
Wow.
In every section.
Man, the geometry is just out of this world, literally. Out of this universe.
Well, when we go into the infinite space, infinite possibility, I think we can do anything.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
And then there's the big being who's holding the whole gate.
Yeah, I see it. Wow.
Yeah, he's very, very powerful. Almost, like a Sanat Kumara kind of energy.
Yes. Yeah. Almost like the creator of that universe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's how it works. I bet we're all creators of our own universe.
We are.
Like yeah.
And we're just awakening how magical we are.
God, look at the intricacy of that. You have to use, I guess, a straight edge and a compass. And
no, I don't use those things.
What do you use? Just your hand?
Eraser and pencil.
Eraser. Wow. You do all that by hand?
Yes, I do, because then the energy flows better.
God, it's amazing.
If you use straight edge, it's too perfect. And when you draw energy, the energy is always moving. So I feel like, the organic essence of the energy cannot really be, for me, I can't really translate with that compass in a straight edge.
No,
That's just me. So, yeah.
And I guess you've done enough of it. You've gotten better and better and better at it.
Yes. Yeah. Over the 20 years or so.
Wow.
So yeah, that's about the Stargate.
Yeah, we were prepared 2-3 nights ago. We were being prepared to walk through a Stargate, to open a Stargate. Yeah. It's Yeah, it's moving so fast now, you know, like everything's moving fast. So when you're going to when you go in the mornings, when you go and connect to Mother Earth, are you getting any messages, or is she telling you anything about where we're at,
Yes.
how are we doing, you know, things like that?
Right. Well, that's something more 3D. Like we want to figure out
Yeah, you're right.
when what's gonna happen. So she doesn't tell me those exact answers, you know, but just she keeps telling me that, or you know, telling us, I feel that only way to transform is to love everything.
Yeah.
From inside out. It's just a repetition. But like, for example, if you see like you know, annoying politician, for example, you know, you have to find a way to really understand them. Like you said, you know, they hold a lot of pain, the trauma. They are, you know, they have the old program, you know, if we want to blame the negativity, but they also have trauma as well.
That's right.
So if we really go deep into that and be able to understand from inside out, because we are part of everything. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I shared this with other person too, that there's one time I was feeling so much disturbance and fear, and somehow I got gifted to this 5 minutes of blissful moment, in a way that that was the time of the Obama's election, and I was so into it that time for some reason. And then that 5 minutes, I was Obama, and I was supporter of Obama. I was against the, you know, the person who's against Obama. I was the person who has no interest in politics. I was everything. I was everybody on the earth. And I realized, oh my gosh, we are the creator, you know, playing parts in everything, you know, every person, but I am also one with them. And I have this consciousness as Haruko, and it was just amazing experience. So I think that time was maybe 10, 15 years ago, really activated me to really work from inside out. And you know, from the outside, from the top to the bottom, it's not gonna change. We all have to find the truth and find a way to love, find a way to understand from inside out.
Yeah.
And that's what she's doing, and she's holding that space for us as well, because she can feel everything what we're going through. So
well, you know, you hear so much stuff again from the spiritual community, you know, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, and really, I guess I don't even have to ask her, because I know we're doing well. First of all, we're eternal, you know, and second of all, we set this up. So, you know, it's like, you know, it's like they say, you point a finger and there's four pointing back at you. I mean, it's, but yeah, and it is these simple truths that really dictate everything. It's so I think that's another thing that's happening too, is a lot of the complications and the multi-streaming of living is getting downsized, like with the virus. Like if you look at the virus and quarantine and mask and a few other things, there's only like 10 things on the table there, and it's in everybody's mind, where it used to be there was all this stuff going on, you know. So that's been kind of a gift, really, because people are spending time alone and they're not in their old patterns of behavior and that type of thing.
And you know, honestly, I feel the celebration in the light realm. They're not celebrating like, oh, we won the dark from the darkness. It's not like that. It's
like they're waking
really,
up.
Yeah, it's the celebration of we really are waking up and choosing to change and transform, and they oversee, you know, what's happening, and they're in a celebration mode. That's what I have been getting a lot.
Integration.
integration, more like more celebration.
Oh yeah, celebration. Yeah.
Yeah, they are in a celebration mode in the light realm, because of so much that we decided to step in. It was a big step this year.
Yeah.
But we are really taking it. We are really going for it, and we are, with a blind faith. We are really stepping into our truth more and more. So.
Well, I hope they don't. I hope the celebration doesn't close by the time we get there. I hope there's still some food and drinks.
Oh
left.
yeah,
and the band's still there, so we can dance.
Yeah, that's right. No, they never close the door. I mean, it's infinite.
Infinite party. Infinite party.
Infinite. Right. And yeah, I feel like something big is gonna, shift. I can feel something in the air. And so, but only way we can be is stay in the moment and do the best.
That's right. I know it's the simple truths are what dictate everything. I mean, we think we have to write these big books and stuff, but it's well, and we did at one time. I think we did at one time, but now it's all being mainlined right into our embodied Merkaba here on the earth. Yeah.
Right.
So are you going to play a little jazz or blues?
Sure.
Or hip hop?
Yeah, I wish I can do hip hop, but I'm not that. I'm not really like that.
Well, the next time I come over there, we're going to have to. I had a friend that actually here where we're living. We have a house now. Well, not a house, but it's anyway. We have a place to live now, and for the first time. But anyway, when I first came here 4 years ago, she has like 18 native flutes, and so she would play the flute, and then I would just speak. I'd speak, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we have
to do
stuff
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be exciting.
Yeah. We get a drum, and then next thing you know, we get a fire going, a drum, and then I'll be dancing around the fire naked.
Yeah, just totally become our essence.
That's right.
And so I play Native American flute a lot, but these days, the instrument is just the instrument, and the true, the instrument is us.
Yes.
So like you sing, and I like to voice myself more these days. And again, in a new age, like more crystal ball you have, more spiritual or something. And I really want to strip away everything in my identity as well, and just become who I am. So even the Native American flute player, I can just strip that away.
Yes.
But still, I love to play. So I think it's coming into my life more in a simple, genuine way. And so I still love to play flute.
Right on.
So, all right. So
right on.
I'll play about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to pull up your website.
Okay.
Wow. That's a lot of sound that comes out of a little bitty body. You're a little bitty thing. Because my friend that I was telling you about, she had like 18 of them, and she had one that was really big, and it's the only one I could play. But man, it took a lot. You had to really pay attention to your breath, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And,
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's a practice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And I seem to be able to do it. And like you said, that's the instrument, but it's actually coming from the person.
And it is a breath.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And it's another thing about merging with Mother Earth is that, we are breathing her breath, So when I consciously do that, then you feel grounded more, You breathe out and she's breathing in our breath. And then she breathes out the breath and we're breathing in.
Yeah.
And that's another way that I am grounding myself and being with the Mother Earth these days. And then when I play, I feel like lots of Lemurian spirit and Pleiadian angels, and it comes through, and it's really it's really healing for me as well. So I play, I video myself and I play back to myself, and it's a really good healing if we all can do that. Like, if you sing your own lullaby, and listen to it, you can sleep well. That's what I heard. And I think we have the self-healing mechanism,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The tones and the vibration, the voice.
Right.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that at all. I'm going to show everybody your website. This is it, right? Let me pull it up. Hang on. This one. Is this it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is let me move this out of the way. Hang on. Okay. So this is, why can't I see it? There it is. So yeah, this is it. BlueStar Child Creation, BlueStarChild.com. So it's got, lots of different stuff on here, but I wanted to show it. There's the music, the gallery, like if you wanted to see the inside of the gallery, there's that soul essence portrait right there. I want to talk a little bit about that before we get out of here. But so this is the store, and then one of the things that you have is these the galactic posters.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You have because I was in there, and you have smaller prints
Mm-hmm.
of everything that a lot of the stuff that you have on the walls.
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm gonna renew this website pretty soon too, because I feel like my original can find its house as well.
Yes.
Now that I'm birthed, I can let it go, and it could be the time too. So I'm gonna renew the whole online thing too, which will be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now you can see, small version of the
Oh, there's a Stargate.
artwork.
This
Yeah,
is
that's the one.
that's the one that you showed us right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's pretty cool, right here with all the blue in it.
Yes, that one
theme
is
song.
that's an intense one. I can show you too, but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. This is New Angelic Code. I remember this one. I remember this one
Mm-hmm.
from last time.
Right, and this was the one that person saw it in Telos. So
this is the one he saw.
Yeah, he said, "This is the one. This is exactly the one." He said, and it's like, "Oh, that's really cool," And
isn't that crazy? I mean,
well, how multidimensional we are, right?
I know. I mean, that's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
God, I didn't notice these octahedrons right here. The two triangles.
Okay.
Far out. Yeah. So you've got also on here, of course, there's the gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are. See how little she is? And see, there's the gallery, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I forgot to take my boots off. My wife got mad at me. Yeah. So there she is, Mount Shasta Boulevard, right in the heart of Mount Shasta.
Right.
12 to 5 every day. She's there all the time. Yeah, so this is very cool. And you have a YouTube as well.
Right. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, which is under the same name. Well, it's under your name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, okay. Let me get this here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know when I'm going to get back over there, but I know I'm going to be back over there. So we can collaborate. Yeah. We can collaborate. Yeah, for sure.
That would be fun. Mm-hmm.
And I was going to tell you too, and I asked you when I first met you, and I'm not. That's why now we've got people helping us. Leilani's helping us, and she's partnered up with us, and because I can't keep up with anything, as you know.
Yes.
But yeah, if you and your partner want to come on, just send Leilani a message, and and just tell her, and we'll coordinate it. And if he doesn't, that's fine. That's no big deal. I mean, a lot of the partners don't want to. A lot of them are like Morgan. They don't want to be on camera. One likes being on camera. One doesn't like being on camera. Yeah. So do you have anything coming up? Any events or anything you want to announce?
No, nothing much really. I have been doing a Facebook Live concert. That is kind of dying down for me because when I announced the timing, kind of like the energy died. So I'm going to do live on the spot when I really feel like doing it. So I'm not going to announce anymore, right?
That's the way to do it. People, they don't do it anymore because I think I've cleared it from my energy field. But like I get up, sometimes I'll put the post up the night before. Sometimes I don't put them up until an hour before the first show. And sometimes people will go, "Hey, are we doing a show? Because I didn't see any announcement." I'm like, "Yeah, we are." But because I realized that I realized because I've done so many that it doesn't even matter. Like you don't even have to put an announcement. I mean, we do, but I mean, because there's something else working there.
Yes,
and like
it is.
The spontaneity is a huge part of our creative abilities.
Right.
It really is.
Yes, and I think we have the connection that opened up in our, in the soul level. So more spontaneous we are more connected in a deeper level and be able to share more. So no more announcement. I mean, I can do that.
Yeah.
of course, but also I don't need to stick to the schedule and
No, I
stick
know.
to every logical thinking. And yeah, I want to share one thing about my gallery that, you know, like there's the road construction happening in front of my gallery in this, you know, busy summertime. And nobody can see, you know, where I am at, because there's so much big truck in front of me and making big noise and clearing all the street. And anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, today nobody's gonna come. And that day, there's so many people come because they can feel like I was pulled to come here.
Yeah.
You know, more distraction there are in the physical, more people get tuned into a deeper level. And I thought that was interesting. So I think we are really awakening into that.
Yeah, there won't be schedules.
Connection.
There won't be schedules. There won't be schedules. And the day will come, and on Soul Speaks and on Soulji Network, there won't really, I don't know how that's going to work, you know, but
I don't know.
But it's just,
I think we can create the balance, you know, still I can do schedule. Some people are still in that level, and you know, so I'm open about it, but I am not going to strict myself with the timing, with the schedule.
No, good deal, man. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to see you. It's always good to see you. Let's get together again later in the year. And, you know, if your partner wants to come on, just let Leilani know. And by the way, everybody, anyone that's interested in coming on the show, we have a lot of, there's a pretty long list, and we're scheduled out. I think, you know, we're into September already, latter part of September. But anyone that wants to collaborate, this is a platform for everybody. It's not just it's not just for the people that have 100,000 people on their page, or you know what I mean. But we take those too. But yeah, it's for everybody. So don't be shy. And if it's your first time, it's a good place to come. There's a lot of support. It's a good energy. But you can just email Leilani at just email to soulojinetwork@gmail.com, and it's all lowercase. soulojinetwork@gmail.com. I will see you again and again. And when I come up there,
and we'll play.
Yes, when I come up there, we're going up to the mountain. We're gonna go find Talos. Yeah, we're gonna go find the cave.
Oh, well, thank you so much for the invitation, and thank you so much for the platform you're creating to connect us. And you're just so dedicated, and I really deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you saying that. And tell your partner I say hi.
Okay, I will.
I'll be up there to play.